Hello, everybody. My name is Kamora, and today we will be closing out the book of Season 2 of the Backyardigans by ranking every single episode in this season. It's been a long journey, but I can't wait to tell you my thoughts on this season. Now, before we start off, I'd like to say, first of all, this season hit us with some bangers, okay? It is with some memorable episodes, very, very memorable episodes that diehard Backyardigans fans, like me, know and love by heart, by scene, by music genre. Just most of these episodes in this season slayed, okay? They slayed, they ate, left no crumbs on the plate. Well, for exception with a few, but that doesn't mean this season didn't eat, okay? But before we start off, this list is my opinion, okay? Just like my season 1 review, just like my season 1 episode ranking video on my main channel. If there's an episode you think that should be ranked higher or lower, then that's totally fine. Just know this is my opinion and my opinion only, and I can't wait to and tell me about your list. What you think about how you rate these episodes in this season down below. So, without any further ado, let's get on to ranking every single episode in Season 2 of The Backyardigans. Starting with, and this one may be not much of a shocker to any of you if you see my review of this episode, we have the Swamp Creature. Yep, if you see my review of this episode, you would know I went on a rage fit with this one. This episode is just, it was not that great. It wasn't and honestly, if somebody had to ask me to watch this episode along with them, I would just roll my eyes and just have them watch it for their enjoyment if they enjoy it. But for me, I'm sorry. I rarely watch this one. Because most of the elements of this episode, they missed me off, if you get what I'm trying to say. They made me very angry. It made me roll my eyes a lot. It made me just, the only redeeming things in this episode is the music, Tasha's attitude here and there, and Swamp Creature Tyrone. But as for, like I said, my main problem with this episode is Pablo and Uniqua being complete scammers, how they were out of character in this episode, and then towards the end, they were right the whole time. In the end, they were right. Excuse me? What type of a lesson is that? I wanted a good ending. Not an ending that shows me two characters who were wrong all this time and turn out being right in the end. That just, I still can't shake that off, you know? And this is why this episode is my most least favorite in the season. So the Swamp Creature, D+. Not an F, thanks to Tyrone in the music, and Tasha being my childhood diva persona. But yeah, do better. Do better. Coming in at number 19, we have Save the Day. Now this episode, if you know, I kind of sounded a bit bored in my review because that's what this episode was. It left a lot to be desired. Honestly, you would think something like this would be right up my alley, with boats and stuff, a bit of a threat level. But honestly, the whole threats they were talking about weren't really, they weren't really that threatening. In fact, it was kind of boring. There were some elements in there that I liked in this episode, but it felt like it needed more. It did. It felt like I needed more. Tasha, Tasha was good in this episode, I get where she's coming from, having to be saved and stuff when she was trying to do something that she wanted to do. But then, she caught what she wanted to caught in the end, but at the same time, going through all that trouble, even though she got what she wanted, felt like, I wouldn't say it felt like a cop-out, but it just felt like it didn't really feel that satisfying. Not saying I was happy for her that she caught the trout, but you know, it just felt, you know, this episode, I tried to rank it a bit higher, but yeah, it just wasn't really, you know, it lacked pizzazz. It lacked pizzazz. That's all I'm gonna say. Save the Day is my number 19. Coming up next at number 18, we have Horsing Around. Now, this one is, it's good, you know, but I feel like this is like a kind of a, you're going to hear me saying this a lot, but against all these other episodes, I feel like it's not really, it's not, it does have a lot of funny moments, you know, but, you know, if this episode was like, if all these other episodes weren't good, the rest coming up on this list, if they weren't that good, and this episode was the only one that was good in the season, then it would be a bit higher. But yeah, Horsing Around wasn't really, it was, don't get me wrong, it was funny. It was, you know, it was kind of, it's hard to explain, like all the funny moments, you know, Pablo and Uniqua, like going back and forth, talking about like who's better at, you know, I love Tyrone's bond with his little burro Molasses, really cute. Austin as the announcer was pretty funny, you know, and that scene when they're whistling and going and scooting up the hill, and then you know Tyrone winning was really cute. This episode was good. It just, you know, compared to all the other ones on this list, it had to be a bit lower. So, but don't worry, it's still a good episode. If you like this episode, I totally get it. But, you know, Horsing Around, compared to all these other episodes coming up, it had to get ranked a little lower. Coming up next on our list at number 17, we have Cops and Robots. Now, this one, just like I said with Horsing Around, it's good, but like compared to the other episodes on this list, it's just kind of, you know, it kind of gets a little bit foreshadowed. But not saying this episode doesn't have any funny moments. Like the songs here are good, like can't stop the cops, can't stop the cops. That song really hits. But like I mentioned in my review, this episode, if I mostly hear it just for the songs. The plot itself, it kind of falls a teeny bit flat in some areas, and also Pablo's malfunctioning scenes kind of weird me out as a kid, kind of scares me, I think. But but the songs are good, you know, especially like you gotta steer, baby, steer. We gotta steer this thing right out of here. Like that hits. It hits. So I like this episode mostly for the songs, you know, but the plot itself, it's good. I like the futuristic vibes, but I don't know. To be honest, I kind of felt like I fever dreamed this episode as a kid because maybe the way Tasha and Pablo looked and how we see a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of clones in them. I don't know if I should say clones in the robot factory, but yeah. But don't worry, Cops and Robots is a good episode. Kind of gets foreshadowed, but the music, it's fire. I will say that. It hits. Now this next one, I honestly wish I could rank it a little bit higher, but I'm sorry. This one's kind of popular, I think, but it's Newsflash. Now, I do really like this episode. I do. The music is so good. The music is amazing. The scenes, you know, to be honest, I kind of thought the scenes with the news team hanging up on Tyrone and Pablo was a bit mean-spirited when I was a kid, but now re-looking at it now, I don't find it mean anymore. I don't. And I love all the songs in this, and of course, we have the song Corn. I still can't believe that this song exists. Not that it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. But, like, this song, the fact that they can make a banger song about corn was baffling in a good way. And the whole setting and stuff, the whole Michigan-esque vibe is good, you know? I I love it. I love it so much. Especially that scene when they're arguing over the phone about who gets to pick it up, and then Unique's like, "It's my show," and of course we have WIUY, corniest station in the nation. WIUY, corniest station in the nation. WIUY. Miss Jemiah Simmons. Miss Jemiah did her thing, okay? She snapped. She sung, okay? Y'all can't tell my girl nothing. She ate, okay? She ate. I'm talking no crumbs left on the plate. People are saying that's her best solo in the series, and yes, it is. But I will say a message comes a little bit close, but that's okay. That's okay. WIOA for the win. I love this episode. I love the songs. I love the whole setting. So, yes, though this episode is a little bit ranked lower, it gets kind of foreshadowed, but that doesn't mean it's still a banger episode I love to go back to. Coming in at number 15, we have Catch That Butterfly. Now, honestly, I don't know how people feel about this episode, but I honestly like it. You know, once again, I wish I could rank it a bit higher, but it kind of gets a bit foreshadowed. And it's kind of ironic that this is our only trio episode in this season. I really thought there was more than one trio episode in the season, but I looked it up, and this is our only trio episode in the season. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure why, but I guess that happens. I think season 3 has the most trio episodes. I could be wrong, because I kind of got the trio episodes with this season and season 3 mixed up a bit as a kid, so maybe that could be it. But anyway, this episode, I love it so much. It's really fun. All the screaming was really funny. All the design of the Gilded Golden Butterfly is so beautiful. All the shenanigans they got themselves into, and Pablo's old chap's English, his bug collector outfit was really, really fun. And Tyrone and Unique were just a vibe in this episode. Like, I love them together. And they're yee-hi, yee-ho, we're tough, tough, tough. Yee-hi, yee-ho, we're tough, tough, tough. We're tough, we're tough. We're tough, we're tough, we're tough, we're tough, we're tough, we're tough, we're tough. We're tough, 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 tough. We're tough, we're tough. Still hits. Still hits. And of course, we have How Hard Can It Be? How hard can it be? And especially in that part, of the song where they're like, might be harder than we thought, man, you're telling me. That still hits. Oh man, I love this episode so much. But I kind of explained a bit of a deeper meaning in this episode, about this episode. If you want to, go watch my review and you'll kind of see what deeper meaning I was trying to talk about. And especially, I love the music that was used in the Butterfly Catch. I love it. And as a shock, you're going to hear this for you music lovers. It's going to be a bit of a shock to you. But I thought the music they were using was The Flight of the Bumblebee, but I was wrong. It's actually The Barber of Civil. But both of them at the beginnings, they both sound alike. So that's why I kind of got those two mixed up. But hey, that can happen to anybody. But yeah, don't worry. It's still a good episode. You know? Catch That Butterfly. It may be low a little bit, but I will say it is still a good episode to be in this part of the list. Next up on our list, we have Sinbad the Sailor at number 14. Yes, at number 14. I'm sorry. This episode, I really, really do like it. You know, it's really, really fun. It's really fun. You know, I love, I just love the whole, the places that they go to. Uniqua as a siren and Tasha as Medusa. Just so that they just slayed, okay? And especially, and Pablo was so cute in this episode. He was so cute. You know, he was just trying to help, and he was literally me. I feel like I say that about every Backyardigans episode. Like, whenever a certain Backyardigan, like, acts like my younger self, a part of my younger self when I was younger, I'm like, that was me. That was me when I was younger. That was me when I was, like, a kid. But, yeah, no, I'm being dead serious. Pablo was literally me in this episode. Like, he just wanted to help, but he kind of made things worse. And the scenes where he was just jumping in his seat, like, and he was like, but you told me to stay in my seat. Like, that, he's so cute. Y'all don't know how much I love this penguin. Y'all do not know. And Tyrone was like, and you know, Tyrone's song, like, I can do it on my own. You know, I kind of relate to that song when I want to do things by myself. But all the music in this episode was just so cute. The Mexican music, like, run, gotta dodge, gotta jump the lady, run, gotta dodge, gotta go. And especially, and of course, we have, yeah, you gotta go back, you gotta go back. I didn't say siren says. You gotta go back, you gotta go back. If I didn't say siren says. Like, it eats, okay? It's so much fun. I love the music in this episode. I love it. Though it is pretty low, you know. It is low. Sinbad Sails Alone is still a good episode to be right here at number 14. You don't even know. I want to rank this one higher because I love this episode so much. But it's special delivery. I wanted to rank this much, much higher. This was originally in number 10, but looking at my list, it kind of got ranked down. So this was originally in my top 10 though, but yes, it's special delivery. I really love this episode. The music here is just so good. There's a lot of cute moments, a lot of cute jokes here and there, and especially the song, we are the do-gooders. We rumble and roll. We ride our suckers and we ride some more. We're rough and we're tough and we're good to the core. We're the do-gooders. We rumble and roar. Like, they did their thing in the recording booth, okay? And Tyrone's I Never Failed to Deliver the Mail is so cute. And the little hijinks the do-gooders go to give his mailbag back, and the super cute moment at the end. Don't get me started. The super cute moment at the end where they all get their delivery at the little bar they went to. And then they asked Tyrone if he got a letter, and he said, no, I just deliver them. And then they all so sweetly make a card for him, which is so cute. And them wishing the viewers a happy Valentine's Day. So cute. This episode was originally my top 10, but then it kind of got moved down a bit, and I feel I'm so mad at myself for doing that because it was right up there with other holiday episodes like Scared of You and The Secret of Snow, but I'm sorry. But for those of you who love special delivery and want this to be ranked higher, I totally get it, but my brain just told me it had to get moved down a bit, but that doesn't mean it's not a good episode. Coming in at number 12, we have Movers of Arabia. Now, this episode, like I said before, I didn't really get its hype, but then rewatching it, I totally get it. All the music here is so much fun. Austin was just such a vibe in this episode as the genie. Tyrone, I'm sorry, Pablo and Unique's antics, like, I feel like this is their best duo episode in this season, personally. I felt like all the music was just so good. Like, we are the movers, movers of Arabia. We are the movers of Arabia. I love that song so much. And of course, we lost the genie bottle, and we need that last wish. The wind from the bottle has got us trapped. I don't think how we'll ever get back to the good Sultan's palace in a good moving truck. You used 1, 2 wishes and now we are out of luck. And the whole Twister scene was just, it kind of freaked me out as a kid, but honestly, rewatching it now, I love the animation of it. I love it so much, man. It's so cool. So, yes, it is a really good episode. I wish it was ranked higher, though. That's what I'm upset at, you know? I wish this was ranked higher, because this episode is so good. It sucks, you know? But that's the sacrifice you have to make for lists like these. Good episodes that you know are good, but you know are kind of a bit lackluster, to other episodes that you know are really good, they have to get ranked down a little bit. So, yes. But I feel like this is an appropriate place for Movers of Arabia on our list. Y'all are going to be upset at me that this isn't ranked higher. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. At number 11, we have Samurai Pie. I'm so sorry. This episode, do not get me wrong, it is still good. But as a kid, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't have no attachment to it. It's just that the fighting scenes kind of did scare me. But that doesn't mean it's not a good episode. Like, rewatching it now, the fight scenes with the pie fight scenes are some of the best animations the show's ever did. And this episode is one of those, you're going to hear me saying this a lot when we get to the top 10. It's one of those main examples how when I first started out season 2 reviews, I said that season 2 was not playing. They went hard. And this is their second episode in this season. And it's ranked at 11. And it's not ranked at number 10. It's not ranked in the number 10 in the top 10. I'm so sorry. Everything about this episode is so good. Empress Tasha, slay. The whole pie making scene with Tyrone and Austin, slay. Austin, which is a cutie pie. Uniqua as a ninja, slay. Pablo as a ninja, cute and slay. The grit pie looks delicious. I want to try it. This episode made me in the mood for pie. Why isn't this episode at number 10? I'm asking myself this. I'm not asking y'all this. I'm asking myself this. Because this episode was so good. Why isn't it at number 10? Why is it... I'm upset at myself, you know? Like I said, sacrifices. You have to make some sacrifices when you do this type of list. I'm sorry. Because at this point, I feel like I'm thinking about not just myself anymore. I'm thinking about the fandom. But hopefully this next entry on the list will explain why this episode isn't in the top 10 spot. So, we're now on to our top 10. And coming in at number 10, we have Season 2 premiere itself. Of course. I find it kind of funny that my last list of Season 1, the top 10 started off with the season premiere. So, I guess, you know, but I don't know about Season 3. Season premiere. It was good, but we'll talk about that when we do. But this episode, oh my god, this Season 2 started off with a bang. If you know in my first review of this episode, I was hyping this episode up. Like, it had everything premiere should have. All 5 characters, memorable music, sad moments, and of course, our guest star Alicia Keys, who ate in this episode as Mommy Martian. Like, almost everything is boinga here. It's a Martian's favorite sound. Almost everything is boinga here. It's the most fun word around. Boinga is boinga. Boinga is boinga. It's a boinga sound. Boinga is boinga. Boinga is boinga. Boinga. Boinga is boinga. Boinga. It's a boinga song. Boinga. Boinga is boinga. 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 I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't know why. But this episode was just so much fun. It was so much fun. Austin, we really got to see his heart in this episode with his little rover. It's so cute. And of course, there's a scene when they're falling. It was fun. And of course, when I don't know if you noticed, but I said this in my review. I was cracking up at the scene. But when they're falling, you can see Pablo and he's trying to fly. Like, dude, once again, you are a penguin. You cannot fly. Oh, God. This episode has its fair share of funny moments, good moments, and it's one of my favorite season starters. Oh, God. Oh, man. And, of course, it's an appropriate way to start off our top 10. Mission to Mars, A+. But it doesn't mean we have 9 more episodes left on our list. And coming up next, we have, at number 9, we have Scared of You. I feel like this is an amazing Halloween special. An amazing Halloween special. Everything about this episode is so fun. It's so much fun. The music is hitting. The costumes the characters wear are so much fun. Austin's, oh brother, and how he got an amazing birthday party at the end. And not to mention, this is my best friend's favorite episode, so MLP Adventures, I know how much you love this episode. So, yeah. You and I both know this episode deserves to be in the top 10 ranking. So, yeah. Love you, girly. But anyway, this episode, so much fun. All the music and the scenery was just so fun. And please don't take it personally, but I am scared of you. I'm really scared of you. I'm also scared of you. And everything else too. Like, it hits. It hits so much. And of course, we have Who Knows How to Make a Monster Dance Party. We know how to make a monster dance party. Then show me how to make a monster dance party. Oh, here we go. Slay. So much fun. One of the best songs in the series. Monster Dance Party, one of the best songs in the series. No cap. This episode was so much fun. I loved it. And it's the perfect episode to play during spooky season. At number 8, we have Best Clowns in Town. Now, this episode, if you know how much I was cracking up in my review of doing this episode, you know how much I love it. Like, that's how good of an episode is about clowns. And I love this episode so much. The music is so much fun. The clowns were so funny. Austin not talking, but then he decides to talk at the end. And of course, we have Tyrone's clowns. So funny. And everything about this episode was so much fun. The big top setting, all the little tricks that they did with the clown car, how they're type-broking, unicycling on the canyon, across the canyon, and of course we have the cannon scene, and one of my favorite personal songs in this episode. The show must go on, 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 and go on it will. So much fun. I kind of have a bit of a personal history with this song, so if you want to hear about that, go look at my review of this episode. But yes, this episode is so much fun. I love it. I love it. It's so much fun. It's funny. It's fun. It's funny. It's fun. And most importantly, I'll have you screaming, clowns, every chance you get. Coming in at number 7, we have The Secret of Snow. Now, out of the holiday episodes they had in this series, this one is by far my favorite. And if you guys know, I was crying at the end of my review of this episode because it was so much fun, and I love Tasha. Tasha was such a mood, but I think I like it, you know? I think I like it. And Austin just bonding with the others at the end, and then this episode kind of giving you like a Wizard of Oz feel, and I love the Wizard of Oz. I really do. I do. My favorite character is Dorothy Gale, for anybody knows. I know she doesn't really have any, like, she just wants to find her way home, but that's okay. But yeah, the Wizard of Oz feel in this episode is just so, it's so good with me, you know? I like it. And then we have Tyrone and Pablo's season 1 looks coming up. For Pablo, he wore the same outfit that he wore in Polka Palace Party and Riding the Range. And for Tyrone, he wore the same jungle outfit he wore in the Heart of the Jungle in season 1. So I like those callbacks, you know? And of course, the song at the end, like 2 songs in a row at the end that made me cry as a kid. Like The secret of snow. And now we all know the secret of snow. The secret of snow. Like, that song just has me swaying my head back and forth. Like, it gets me in a trance. Like, but a good one. A good one. A good one. And of course, we have their... Of course, we have... We love snow, soft and cold and light. Lots of snow in our backyard, it makes us feel just right. Oh, we love snow, what a perfect day. Glad you shared the snow with us, we're glad that you could play. 'Cause we got the whole wide world in our yard to explore. Now it's time for us to have a snack. Meet you next time when we are back with your friends, the Backyardigans. They revamped that snack time ending song. They revamped it. And of course, we have the characters wishing us a happy holidays. I mean, shoo. Who wouldn't cry at the fact that their fave cartoon characters are wishing them a happy holiday? I did. And that's why this episode is high on this list for a reason. Because it's good. It gives you a hook. It gives you a good feel. Not just a good feel, but it gives you a holly jolly feeling. And it's the perfect episode to play during the holiday season. And coming in at number 6, we have The Legend of the Volcano Sisters. This episode is so... If you know about my little past about this episode, go watch my review and you'll figure out why I have a bit of a complicated history with it. But other than that, this episode is so much fun. The music hits every single time. And my friend, when she had commented on my video, she's told me that this episode is like Castaways, but like with higher stakes. And honestly, I kind of see it, you know? Not just with the island vibes, but like, you know, if you really think about it, you know? And also, like, the fact that, Jesus, these girls were not playing. Like, they were not playing. Like, if these girls in their luau, in their Volcano Sister outfits, geez, remind me to have them be the first people I invite to a party I host, because oh Lord, they were not playing. They really wanted to be in that luau. I mean, props for Austin. Kudos for Austin for figuring it out. But like, Jesus, like, you wanted to get your point across that bad by lava? Like, girls, like, calm down. But that's why I love them for it. Okay, they were in a mood, but baby, I could be in a mood with them. But the songs in this episode were so good. And of course, we know what we want. And we know what we don't want. So get us what we want. We'll get you what you want. And of course, they're, no, go! And the boys are just sliding down the mountain and they're like, ow, and they're falling down. Oh, man. And of course, we have hookapele, ho, ho, ho. The eruption is coming soon. It's so loud, you can hear it from the moon. Hookapele, boom, boom, boom. Like, ooh, this episode gets me hype. I feel like I watch this episode like whenever I'm mad about something, because I get the girls' frustration, and I feel like if I watch them when I'm frustrated about something, I feel like I can relate to y'all. Sometimes I just want to hook up pele on somebody too. But realistically, I'm a non-violent person. Realistically, I am non-violent. I am. But yeah, this episode, love the island vibes. So much fun. The luau-esque outfits, fabulous. And all I can say about this episode is mahalo. Mahalo for giving us this amazing episode. An episode that thankfully doesn't make us want to erupt. And you know what this means? We are finally at our top 5 of this season. What episodes made it to top 5? Well, you're about to see. Because starting off at our number 5 spot, we have the iconic Whodunit. Of course it is. What type of a Backyardigans fan would I be if I didn't include Whodunit in my top 5? This episode is one of the best to come out of this series. Not this season. This series. I'm going to be saying that a lot for top 5 spots, but I'm dead serious. This episode was so much fun. It had thrills, it had chills, it had a bit of grown subjects. If you want to know more about that, go to my review of Whodunit. This episode was not playing. This is one of the main examples what I mean, that season 2 was not playing around. Okay, it was not playing. It wasn't playing. Because this episode, you would have seen none of these aspects in this episode in season 1. Just to let you know. Because this episode felt like it wasn't even made for kids. It felt like it was made for like adolescents. I mean, sure, adolescents can enjoy Backyardigans too. But still, this episode was not playing. Like, oh my God. This episode felt so grown up. I say that in quotations, but like, oh my God, this episode gets me hyped. The chase scenes, that part where they're the little questionable lyrics they have here and there in the song, Phantom Figure. Just, the scene where, that scene where everything's like, the screen turns black and then we hear Tasha screaming and then we hear a crashing noise. Sounds like something out of like a murder movie. Like, oh my God, like, who done it? Who done it? And I'm gonna say this. Whodunit made it to number 5. Who done it? That too. And at number 4, we have the season finale, A Giant Problem. Out of all the season finales, this one is my favorite. I love it so much. The music is phenomenal. And not to mention, we have a whole character swap with Tasha and Uniqua. Like I said, you would expect Tasha to play the role of the queen, and you would expect Uniqua to play the role of the giant, but it's the other way around. And I love that, I love that. And Tyrone and Pablo as the wizards was so much fun. Even though Austin's not in it, I'm giving the side eye. I'm giving the side eye here that Austin wasn't in it. That doesn't mean it's not a good season finale. It's not a good, it is a good season finale. If Austin was in it, it would still be on the same level as Immaculate, but, I kind of wanted my favorite kangaroo to be here, I feel like he would have missed out on the season finale. But that's okay. It's still a banger episode. A banger. You cannot tell me otherwise that this episode was not a banger. It wasn't. And my bestie MLP Adventures agree with me too, because she loves this episode. She loves it, and I love it. And as the last song of this episode says, this episode is surely on top of the world. No cap. And at number 2 and 3, I know I say 2 and 3 because, it's a double length. And of course, we have our iconical international super spy. I love doing that. This episode is Backyardigans core. If you hear me say that, Backyardigans core, that's how you know it is a good episode. And not only I love this episode so much that it's this high, but also this was my first collab video with MLP Adventures. So, bestie, if you're watching this, thank you again for joining my collab. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait for our next one. But anyway, this episode was so much fun. Pablo being the iconic secret agent, and like I said in my review, my part of talking about the episode, we've seen him as a secret agent before in season 1, but this is like secret agent 2.0, okay? He slays. Uniqua slays as the lady in pink. Miss T, Tasha, so I love her. Austin as his secret contact, so slay too. This whole episode is slay. S for secretive, L for laughable, A for amazing, and Y for youthful. because this episode is so youthful. Anybody can watch this episode, no matter what age you are. Whether you're starting to watch Backyardigans, whether you're watching it for nostalgia wise, whether you never heard of the show before, you can watch it because I feel like this episode is fabulous. It is amazing. Best first double length episode ever. And I know what you're thinking. Why the heck did this girl not put this episode at number 1? Why? Well, don't you worry. Don't you worry. Because I have another episode that's on the same level as this one. But I love it a bit more than this one. Not saying I don't love it at all. Not saying I love International Super Spy over this next episode, over number 1. It's just that, a certain word called nostalgia rings in my mind. So, finally, at number 1, we have, drumroll please, Into the Deep, baby. You already know. Into the Deep. I love this episode. I love anything fantasy core, mermaids, and you already know this episode is right up my alley. It is so beautiful. My girls, Tasha and Uniqua. All I'm going to say is, if y'all thinking of wanting to go into their mermaid garden in real life, don't. Because my backyard girlies, they ain't playing. Stay out their garden. You heard they song. This garden's not for you. So stay out of my backyard girlies garden. Okay? But this episode, it is my number 1 for a reason. I love this episode to bits as a kid. I love playing along with it as a kid. I love it so much. My significant love for this episode mostly comes with Tasha and Uniqua. Because my girls slayed. Okay? They slayed. And Pablo and Tyrone, yes. They slayed just as much. And this episode is this good because it got a freaking live action adaptation. It did. I saw a couple clips of it online. It was kind of jerky filming. I mean, it kind of makes sense because it was like in the early mid-2000s. But, oh my God, this episode slayed. I loved it. And as you know, when I reviewed this episode, I had a bad hoarse voice. So now that I have my voice is all better, I can finally talk about why I love it so much. Because that episode, I was hoarse. I sounded like a toad with a sore throat. I'm telling you. But yes, I'm sorry. This episode slay. And of course, we have the iconic, it's the call of the mermaid, the most enchanting creature in the sea. That episode, that song slayed. It slayed. And of course, we have, you gotta be brave in the cave. Give them their props. The Bollywood genre in this episode. I feel like any other genre music in this episode would not fit good as Bollywood music does for this episode. This episode slayed. My girls ate. It deserved a live action adaptation. Even though I wasn't born then, I would have loved to see it because I love this episode, and that is why Into the Deep has its crown. No, not its crown. Has its $1,000,000 for being my number 1 favorite episode in this season. And with that, we have finally wrapped up with season 2. All the reviews, all of my opinions, we can finally close the book, just like the episode Secret of Snow, on this season. This season started off good. It had a couple of iffy things in the middle. The swamp creature. But it ended off with a banger. It started off with a banger, ended off with a banger. What more could this season do for you? This season ate so hard. This list was so hard for me to do. It was so hard, but that didn't mean I didn't have fun with doing this. Because this season ate. It ate. No crumbs on the plate. I'm talking like if this season went against eating competition with the other three seasons, they would still eat, but they would leave a couple of things on their plate. But this season, this season would lick the plate completely clean. No crumbs left on the china plate. Okay, this season 8. All these episodes were so much fun. And at the time of me recording this, I have already posted 5 of season 3. So we already have a head start with season 3. And I will say so far, season 3 is starting off just as good as season 2. Not the same level, but still good. But we'll talk about that when we get to our season 3 ranking. So, I hope you all enjoyed. Tell me your rankings down below. And, of course, we've got the whole wide world in our yard to explore. Now it's time for us to have a snack. Meet you next time when we are back with your friends, the Backyardigans. See you all next time.